We are ready to go at 11 a.m. after our theme song play, of course. Welcome to Community Connections with Children's Services Council. I am your host, Sean Boyle, and with me is
Ashley Mock.
And welcome to the weekly 1-hour commercial-free, comedy-filled, but information-filled radio show that's all about connecting you, the listeners and viewers, to what resources and things to do and what's happening in regards to children and families in St. Lucie County. And if you're a first-time listener, as I check the... No, these things are moving. Okay. If you're a first-time listener, just a reminder of what the Children's Services Council is and does. We are an independent special district established by voters in 1990 to do 5 things in the community. First thing that we do is we make sure every baby is a healthy baby. Second thing that we do is we stop child abuse before it happens. Third thing that we do is we keep kids off the street. Fourth thing that we do is we keep them in school. And fifth thing that we do is we keep them off drugs and alcohol. And we do this by funding and providing major operating support to 53 children's programs in our community, money from St. Lucie County for St. Lucie County kids. And these are programs that you've heard about before. It's the Boys and Girls Club, who are our special guests today, who wore all red today. Have you noticed that?
I did.
The Boys and Girls Club. It's the Avenue D Boys and Girls Choir. It's the Castle. It's the Nurse Home Visitation. It's 53 programs that last year served 34,444 of our children here in our community.
It's your favorite number.
It is. Until next year.
And there are several ways that you can learn more about those 53 programs. We've got a lot of information that's on our website, which is cscslc.org. We also have these really... what are you doing over there? I'm sorry. You're distracting me.
I have to host the show, but I have to run the board, and all the needles were going crazy, so I thought I should adjust.
Is it because I'm so loud? Is that what happened? Probably. But we do have these. We do have these family guides. Here, I'll hold it up in front of my own face. That are a brief description of each one of the 53 programs that Sean mentioned, and those programs are broken up into categories that we hope are easy for families to recognize, and they start with support for newborns, and they keep going through family counseling, after school programs. Get it together.
Technical stuff.
But these family guides we have available on our website and at several locations throughout the community. So if you have a place that could display these, please get in contact with us, and we'll make sure that we get those to you to share with your clients or your congregation.
And do you want to mention, first of all, can you hear? Are we getting audio? I will scream. Do you want to mention this real quick?
Yeah, we actually have set out on an endeavor to work with local congregations throughout the community, and we have captivated, I think, probably close to 30 at this point, churches that are partnering with us to display information, including the family guides, as well as the information, these half sheets. You guys are pointing at me. I don't know what's going on. These half sheets that we're distributing to the churches that are focusing on one of our priority areas each month. So the one that Sean's holding up now is actually the one that we distributed for the month of March, and it is all of the programs that we offer that are related to support for newborns and their families. Coming up in April, we're going to be focusing on preventing child abuse, because April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. So we'll be getting those out to local churches in the next week or so. If you have a church that is currently not participating with us but is interested, please call us at 408-1100. You can ask for Sean or I or Sandy Mack in our office, who's working with us to get out to all those churches, and we'll get you on the list and make sure that we get those sheets distributed to you so that you can get them out to your congregation as well.
We're going to have to share mics.
Oh, okay.
So
I can do that.
The mic. No, I'm kidding. So today, I want to mention it's your birthday.
It is. Thank you.
Should we do a round of happy birthday?
Oh, you don't have to sing to me.
Sure.
Really?
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday, dear Ashley. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Thank you.
Speech.
I'm feeling my age today. I threw my back out apparently yesterday, so I certainly woke up feeling my age this morning. but thank you.
Do you want to disclose to our viewers what that age is, or keep it
30. I'm 32.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, half of us are like, we'd love to be 32. We're all thinking it. I was just going to say it. But happy birthday.
Thank
and,
you.
And let me just say, on behalf of Children's Services Council, the whole team, and all of our listeners and viewers, thank you for everything that you do in the community, and keep on doing it.
Thanks.
And I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
Besides having to share the mic with me.
Right,
That's just
right.
a special treat, right?
That's okay. I'm
All right.
okay with that.
All right, so before we go to our guests, I'm going to cover a couple things. I actually came from this event,
Just left.
just left, just got here just in time. But the castle is having their, what is it officially called?
It's the Memory Field dedication.
The Memory Field dedication, where they display white flags for all the children that were lost to child abuse last year in the state of Florida. You know, if you're on Midway Road, the post office and the sheriff's office is on the north side of the street. On the south side of the street is the castle, and they have 122 white flags. And it's a memory field because those white flags are on display because those represent the 122 children that were lost their lives to child abuse and neglect. And it's really, I encourage all of our listeners, if you get an opportunity or if you pass by that field, stop, walk through the field, because on each flag has the child's name and their age. So I got to be a flag bearer, which meant that I was one of 14 people that hung 14 of the 122 flags at the beginning of the ceremony. The flag that I had was for a 5-year-old that lost his life to child abuse. The gentleman next to me had one of a child that was 2 years old, and Carla, our good friend from Aztec Graphics, I was standing next to her. She was a flag bearer. Her child was 3 months old. So I encourage all of our listeners and viewers, get an opportunity to go to the memorial field at the castle, walk through it, and realize that child abuse is real. Child abuse happens in the whole state of Florida, happens everywhere, happens in our community, but it's also preventable. That's why it's one of our focuses at the Children's Services Council, stopping child abuse before it happens. That's why one of our major programs that we fund is the castle, to help prevent child abuse. And a lot of times child abuse, and I'm speaking because I don't mean to bring the show down for a minute, but I had experience doing child abuse investigations. And a lot of times child abuse occurs, it's not always fatal, but when it occurs, child abuse or neglect, it's often because, quite honestly, the parents don't know any better. They don't know how to stop their child when it's crying. They don't know that, children have tantrums, or that, potty training is a stressful time. And sometimes it's not because they're mean or they're evil or they mean to purposely harm their child. It's because they just don't know, and their emotions and their anger gets the best of them. That's why we invest in programs like the Castle, Family Preservation, Catholic Charities, New Horizons, Hibiscus Children's Center, that work with the parents in times of crisis and sometimes not, to give them that skills. Because, like I said, child abuse is preventable. 122 flags, it's 6 flags less than last year, but it's still 122.
Too many.
That's one is too many. So I encourage everybody to walk through the field and take a moment to reflect on what that means. And keep in mind, it's all preventable. Get involved in your community. Volunteer at the castle. Volunteer at Hibiscus. Call us up. We can connect you with an organization. But I just wanted to talk about that because you can't help but be emotionally impacted when you see that.
And I will say, too, we mentioned earlier that April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and Castle is continuing to do events through the month of April that will discuss Child Abuse Prevention Month and all the things that are related to that, including their Stomp Out Child Abuse 5K Walk and Run, which will be Saturday, April 19th. We have a team that will be put together for that event, so if you are interested in joining our team, you can log on to their website, which is stompoutchildabuse.org. Join the Children's Services Council of St. Lucie County team to participate in that event. I believe is $25 if you register before April 4th, which is next Friday.
It's coming up, right?
Yes, so we would love to have you on our team. You can get more information there about the castle, or about castletc.org is their website, or stompoutchildabuse.org is the site directly for the 5K Walk and Run. Now you're breaking stuff.
I'm not used to sharing mics as I knock something over. But, encourage everybody to do that, because you can walk. right?
We do.
I walked really slow. I was with my son. We kind of leisurely. It's a long walk too. They give out water though, and it's a great time. And it's thousands of people will be there, and they're all there for a good cause. So, if they go to that website, stompoutchildabuse.org, they can register to be on our team.
There you go.
And we need team members, right?
We do.
Because we're a really small staff. We only have like 8 people in our office, and we want a team of at least 10, right?
Yes.
So if you go to log on, look under, is it Children's Services Council, and join our team.
Yes.
And that's a message, too, to our staff that's listening. Because I think right now you're the only member of the team, right?
Team of one.
It's not the number, it's the commitment. I will be joining as well. Now, also this weekend, I want to mention this because it's a big deal. You guys, and I say you guys because I was on a team a couple of years ago. I'm going to brag about this. It was Aaron, Jeannie, who's no longer with us, and Aaron. We finished 3rd place in the grapefruit squeezing contest, the first time we'd ever done it. And it was a great time, and it was good. I left covered in grapefruit juice.
As did I.
but which is funny to me because you weren't even the one squeezing it.
No.
I don't know how that happened, but tell us how you guys did.
So we didn't do great. We did okay. I'm proud of how we finished. We did not win, which was our intention, of course. But we finished. We're thinking 4th.
Wait, just to clarify, you're thinking 4th or actually 4th?
Well, see, they only give out the awards for 1st through 3rd place, and we didn't get any of those.
So you're thinking, wishing, hoping for 4th.
No, it's a confident 4.
All right. I like it. So who was all on your team?
It was me. I was the pourer. My husband, Rob, was the squeezer, and Wendy, our intern, was the slicer.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, Wendy's in the studio, by the way. Hold up all your fingers. Let's make sure they're all there. All right.
She
They're
did
all
good.
10 of them.
No injuries. So we did good. I have to say, grapefruit squeezing is harder than I anticipated. I think we lost a lot on the tabletop, but that's okay. It's a skill for sure. Next year will be way better.
All right. I expect the top 3, if not 2, finish then.
I have to say that it was rather comical. Some of the teams got really into it, but we had a really good time. The Sandy Shoes Festival was packed, by the way. I've never seen that many people in downtown Fort Pierce. So phenomenal job to Main Street Fort Pierce and everyone that hosted. Just a huge event. Ton of things to do down there. We had a good time the time that we spent down there.
Awesome, and thank you for representing Children's Services Council.
Of course, and thank you to Miss Allie who organized the event but was wearing a Children's Services Council shirt the whole time.
She was representing.
She was.
Nice.
So thank you for inviting us, Miss Allie, and thank you for all the work that you did for the event.
You know, you just reminded me, I did the history of the Children's Services Council at the beginning, right? Like I normally do.
Yes.
As we were going back and forth with microphone issues. But I didn't talk about the future of Children's Services Council.
Well, let's do that.
So let me just mention real quick. I mentioned that in 1990, the Children's Services Council was established by voters, overwhelmingly, to establish an independent special district to invest in children. Well, that is coming back up on the ballot. And November 4th, 2014, when this community goes to vote on the governorship, the federal House representatives, probably the Florida Senate, medical marijuana apparently, lots of things, school board, county commissioner, all that stuff. Probably at the bottom, either the last or close to the last, there'll be a question that this community will have to answer the voters, which is, shall the Children's Services Council be reauthorized to continue? So here's what happens, folks. If the vote is yes, these programs continue, and the funding that enables them to operate and to be successful and to serve 34,000 kids will continue. If the vote is no, that funding will be taken away, and those programs, many of them will either have to cease to exist and or will be limited in the number of children that they can serve. But this is an accountability measure that we have to this community, an opportunity for the community to weigh in on whether or not the Children's Services Council of St. Lucie County and its programs of 53 are doing a good job or not. So just want to make you aware that's the future of Children's Services Council, November 4th, 2014.
And I would encourage people who aren't familiar, we do a lot of talking on the radio show about those 53 programs, but maybe you're not really familiar with how the Children's Services Council operates or where the money comes from. But all of that information is on our website, and you can go there anytime to take a look at how much money we've spent in the last year, where it's gone, how it's distributed through the programs. And actually, in the early part of April, we will be releasing our annual report to the community, which is a huge kind of look at what has happened in the last year and really gives you a good idea of how those dollars are being spent. So keep an eye out in your papers. The annual report will be there. We'll also release a detailed version of it on our website, but it really does give you an opportunity to learn more about the Children's Services Council and those programs and the support that we give to this community.
No, I was just noticing, clearly you're the brains of this operation, because halfway into us sharing a microphone, you grabbed your own mic.
Well, I'm gonna have
Well,
to
you're gonna have
share
to, yeah,
it
we're gonna
later.
have to go back and sharing, but
that's okay.
I just thought that was genius because the microphone was getting ready to fall off. Very smart. We're gonna pause real quick for station ID, but we have baseball tickets to give away.
We do lots.
Do you know when the game is?
I do. And if some of our longtime listeners might remember that we did this last year with the YMCA of the Treasure Coast. They have a partnership, a great partnership with the St. Lucie Mets. And we have a caller?
Yeah, we mentioned the word baseball. And we have a call.
That's good stuff. Hold on. I can do this. Maybe. Hello, caller. Are you there? I hear nothing. So, no. Just kidding.
Caller, are you there? I can hear.
You can?
No.
Sean's breaking stuff today. I don't know what's going on. Caller, we're sorry about that, but we do have baseball tickets, and let's do this. For anyone who's listening that is interested in baseball tickets for this Saturday, April 12th game, if you visit our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/CSCSLC, you can leave us a message on Facebook, and we'll make sure that we get tickets to you. You can either send us a message or comment on our Facebook page that you're interested in those tickets, and we'll make sure that we connect with you and get you those tickets. Again, that's through a partnership with the YMCA of the Treasure Coast. That game is Saturday, April 12th at 6:30 p.m. Now, Sean is telling me that you can also text him if you're interested in tickets.
Right now, though.
Right now. If you're interested in baseball tickets at 237-1130.
Let's try this one. We got another call. I don't know what's going on with the board. The mic's not working. I promise you it is not me.
It must be me.
It could be. I'm not going to rule that out.
It's my birthday. It's bad juju. Hello, caller, are you there? Nope. I got nothing. Nope, nothing. All right, we'll try that text again. If you text for tickets, it's 237-1130. Or you can leave us a message on Facebook at facebook.com/CSCSLC.
Man, we had a call. We've been asking for call. We have two people call in, and the one time we can't answer it.
That's the way it goes, right?
That's it's Murphy's Law today.
No kidding.
The mic's not working.
It's my birthday magic.
It is. All right, well, spend some of your birthday magic. Oh, I got to do station ID. See, this is what happens.
All kinds of messed up today.
This won't be like this next week because it won't be her birthday. I want to remind everybody you're listening to Community Connections with Children's Services Council on 1400 AM WIRA, or you're watching us on WLX, the education channel through the St. Lucie County School Board, our great partner, on Comcast Channel 13 in Fort Pierce, Channel 19 for Port St. Lucie, Hometown Cable Channel 19, ATT UVerse Channel 99, and Lightstream Cable at St. James Channel 65.
Good job.
I got the head nod all around.
You did.
You gave me a look like I messed up right at the beginning.
I was so impressed that you were getting them right.
It's because I don't have to look that way because the microphone's here, so I'm good.
Perfect.
All right, do you want to introduce our guest who's patiently waiting?
I would love to. And we have to say, Boys and Girls Club has been a huge partner of ours. I actually pulled out outlines from last month. You guys were here exactly 1 month ago. It wasn't Omar that was with us, but we did have some staff from the Boys and Girls Club. So today we've got Omar, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his last name, from the Boys and Girls Club.
I didn't know he you had a last name. Well, that was like Madonna, Prince, and Omar.
Omar, that's right. One name, Omar. But Omar has brought a special guest with us, and I'm going to let him introduce her. But we do have to give her a big thank you because it is her spring break vacation.
Yeah.
And she opted to come spend it with us on the radio.
Let me jump in here because, we were having this conversation before we went live on the air. There were supposed to be kids, plural. Young adults, plural here.
Yes.
So we told Tamara that she could call out all her friends that did not make it, but special thanks to you for coming.
Now you're making her nervous. Well, Omar, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your clubhouse of the Boys and Girls Club, and then you can introduce Tamara.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for having me again. My name is Omar. Just Omar.
Like Cher.
That's it. I'm from the Boys and Girls Club of San Luis County. I'm actually at the Garden Terrace unit. And I want to talk about, in the past, I've talked about the team program in general and the Boys and Girls Club. But today I want to actually talk about Keystone Club. And there's a lot of interesting things happening in our area with our Keystone members. In April 5th, for example, we are having an Elder Day, and last week we actually got a recommendation from the city mayor of Fort Pierce, and our Keystone member, Brittany Kitchen, went and received this award from the city of Fort Pierce. So on April 5th, our Keystone members from the county, both from Chuck Hill unit, KPU, Camp Pruitt unit down in Leonard Road, and our Garden Terrace, will be visiting different elder care facilities. And we'll be dropping cards that our members will be making in the next couple of weeks. So this is a community service project that the kids took on themselves with the lead of Mr. William Armstead, who's one of our board members. So this will be one of the things that our youth are actually doing in the community.
Very cool.
I could talk about all day about bad things that happen, and we mentioned about certain things that happen in our area. But what we don't seldom talk about, it's the fact that we have members like Tamara, like Celicia, like Cody Hatt, like Isabella Atandi, who actually do a lot of things for our community. Janelle Mark, who's not here today, and Celicia, who's not here today. But they do a lot of things for our community, and they do a lot of things that are seldom seen. So on April 5th, if you see us driving around in the van and see our members go into different elder care facilities, wave at them, say thank you. They're doing a really, really great job. And let me introduce Tamara Joseph. She's actually our Keystone secretary for the Garden Terrace unit. She's in charge of all the money, actually, right?
Whoa.
And all
Yikes.
the paperwork. Yes,
That's way too much.
that's a lot of. It's a lot of
Wherever
responsibility.
there's money, there's paperwork.
Yes,
Just know.
yes.
That's a life lesson right there.
Paper trail. So I want to have her talk a little bit about what Keystone is at our clubhouse, what the teens are doing at our clubhouse, and also about her task of calling all these different facilities in the last few weeks.
Excellent.
Hello. Well, I'm Tamara Joseph. I go to Lickett Park Academy, and I also attend Indian River State College, and I'm a dual enrollment student. But our Garden Terrace Keystone, what do we do? So, we are like the voice of our teens. So, whatever the teens want to do, we try our best to do it. So, if they want to have parties or if they want to go on trips, we're in charge. I write everything down. I take all the money. Yeah. So that's what we do with our Keystone. And we're trying to do community service. We're trying to just help out in the community or get known in the community. So we can have people by our sides and we really need things to get done. So that's Keystone. Yeah.
That's a good explanation. Now, in addition to this elder care event that Omar talked about, what are some other things that you guys have done or want to do?
What have we done? We've done yeah. Well, we want to grab more teens in, take more off the streets and come into the club. So we're trying to grab their attention in any type of way that would be successful. That's really, we just want more interaction in the club. We want more diversity in the club also. So we just want more people to come in the club so we can have a safer community around us. And so the kids will have like a place to go to during their spring break. So they're not just on the streets and looking for trouble, but they have somewhere to call the hangout spot. Yeah.
How long have you been going to the Boys and Girls Club?
Well, I'm pretty new, but it's okay. I think I've adapted well enough to claim the Boys and Girls Club. I started in January, I think.
Wow.
I know I'm young. I'm a newbie to it, but it's okay. They accepted me in like I was there forever. Thank you, guys.
One of the things that Celicia, who is our president, is working on.
Who is not here
who
today.
is not here today. Yes.
Celicia.
She better be listening.
Yes.
And I would tell you to call in, but the phones are always off.
One of the projects that Celicia is working on right now is actually creating a community event in which she wants to bring, we know about the breakdown of the different gangs in the area, but she wants to bring them all to one-day event in one location, and we're talking with Skate Town right now to figure out a date in which they could come in, put everything outside, bring some people from the community, and speak to our youth about being positive, being uplifting, and changing our community from the youth. One of the things that I believe as a program director and as a teen director is that in order for change to happen with our teens, it needs to start from within them. Teens need to lead teens, and it's been proven over and over again. It's the peer-to-peer relationship that's really what works, and that's one of the things that she's been working on. We are planning on making this happen towards the end of April, beginning of May. We were shooting for spring break, but everybody's sleeping late, so that will
It's
go.
11 o'clock.
You remember sleeping late when you were a teenager,
Hey,
right?
when I left for work today, my kids are still asleep. And probably still are.
So those are some of the things that we have, things that they've done in the past. And Janelle Mark, who's not here today, too.
Man, you're just calling them out.
Yeah, but he's doing it discreetly.
Just discreetly, yeah. So Janelle Mark actually was in charge of a community service project. In front of our building, there's a park. And there was graffiti with profanity written all over it. And Janelle and Marisha Washington, two of our Keystone members, actually went up front. I bought them the stuff that they needed, and they actually removed it. And, excuse me. And to this day, it hasn't been put back.
Nice.
So, we understand the concept that if we keep our community clean, and if we keep that area clean, and this is what I'm trying to instill in them, it shows. And I was asked, actually, one of the team members came to me and said, Ms. Dilmar, why are they doing that? They're just going to put that right back. And no, it's like we shouldn't accept that. And they haven't accepted it, and it has not been put back anymore. And if it does, our members will make sure that it's taken away.
Now, can I ask how many? I think I got the microphone working.
Hey.
All right.
I was looking at all these buttons. I'm like,
You're
why are
quite
these
the engineer.
Why are these buttons not like all the other ones? And click, click. But just for the record, I did not do it originally. But can you tell me how many kids are currently at your site? And I think more importantly, do you have any openings?
Yes, to both. We do have openings right now. Actually, we are registered members, over 200 members right now registered at our site. A lot of them come during spring break and whenever they have break. And on an average day, we over 100 members, right, Ms. Morgan? Yeah, over 100 members, between 90 to 100 members. So in the last few months, we've seen a drastic change in our membership, which has gone up from 70 till the 90s. And
Nice.
it's been in the last 3 months. So our programming is getting a lot better with help from Ms. Morgan and a lot of the new teens that have come in. So there's a lot of changes going up at our clubhouse. You guys know that in a few months we'll be moving into a brand new building, a brand new facility on Avenue J. And
You guys aren't excited about that at all, are you?
we're ecstatic about that.
And Tamara's doing all the finances. For
Yeah,
the
she's doing
right?
all the financing.
All right.
She's doing all the fundraising and everything. So so we're very excited about where our club is going and what it's going to be doing, what's going to happen in the area. One of the things that Ms. Morgan, myself, and all the members of the staff believe in is that we have to get our members to understand that even though 4 Piers, wow, the juju of the
Do you see that?
Birthday, yeah.
Birthday juju, that's what it is.
That our members understand that this is our community, and it goes from you guys, Children's Services Council, to our parents, to people like us, our staff, but also to our members. And that's one of the things that the Boys and Girls Club really believes in. The three main outcomes that we have, and one of them is good character and citizenship, giving back to our community, and that's one of the things that they have been doing. And I feel sometimes like a proud papa. That's what Denise calls me, proud papa, because they do a lot of this stuff, and it's very little guidance that we need to give to them because they have the desire and they understand it.
That is awesome. And you keep referencing Miss Morgan, who is in the studio with us.
Who is off camera, Miss
Yes,
Morgan.
and I think that's on purpose. She keeps, even though she's off camera, she's putting her head down so she doesn't get on camera, I guess. But you talk about the recruitment efforts. That's huge to go from 70 to 90. Can you kind of maybe address what you're doing to recruit?
Absolutely. And one of the things that we do is it all starts with our programming. It all starts with that. It all starts with what happens day in and day out. We have first and foremost Power Hour. I'm a big believer in Power Hour. I think that is important. But one of the things that make Power Hour makes it fun is the fact that you have staff that understand that it's not just them sitting down and finishing their homework. That's a part of being a long-time learner. You have to do your homework, but we want the kids to be engaged in different projects, be engaged and pique their curiosity. And once they do that, they start having fun and learning things without even knowing. So programming, that's where it all starts. When you look at Power Hour is one thing, and then you look at programs like our Smart Girls. Our Smart Girls tomorrow are they go into a formal dinner. They'll be dressing up, and they're going to be sitting down and understanding the etiquette of going to a restaurant and eating. And these are things that they get excited about. And these are things that our program does.
Did you clear that with tomorrow? For the
Oh,
budget?
Is she paying?
She's going.
She's right in the.
Yes. But that was the stipulation. If we were going to go, she needs to go. So,
I like
I had to
it.
cave in. But these are the things. It all starts with that. It starts with what we do at our clubhouse on a daily basis, making sure our kids are safe, first and foremost. Make sure that they come to a safe environment. They know that when they come to our Boys and Girls Club, they will be safe. They will not be bullied. They will not be taken advantage of. They will not be shot. We will protect our members, and we have to make sure that they're safe. So I was telling them this morning because we have a lot of new members for spring break, and I told them I have three expectations when you come to our clubhouse. Number one, first and foremost, be safe. Number two, learn something new each day. And lastly, have fun. And that's the last thing. We have a lot of fun. We try to have a good time every day. There's music playing. There's kids playing outside. There's programs happening. So that's the reason how we are able to go from 70 to 90 and continue to grow, because we've seen a lot of new members, particularly this week. And as time goes by in the new building, we are expecting a lot of members.
I think that's important too, the comment that you make, because kids are very judgmental, and if you are not doing something fun, they're not going to come back to see you. So the fact that you guys are engaging new members, I think, speaks really well to what's happening there, because kids will talk to their friends and say, hey, this is where I'm going after school today. You should really come with me. It's really fun. They're not going to say, come with me, I'm going to do my homework.
Yeah. Misery loves company. Come on.
What about the kickball game yesterday?
Oh, we had something fun?
Did you guys come out on top?
I mean, of course.
Better
I
than-
didn't let that happen. Okay. So yesterday, the teams, we had a kickball game. Mr. Omar was one of the captains for the other team. And we had one of our other members, Nicole, as the other captain. I was on Nicole's team. So it was like, she picked the teams. It was like all the older teams, and then he had like the middle-aged team. So we're like, oh, we're going to dominate. This is Mr. Omar. He's going up for the kick. He kicks the ball all the way out over the fence, and then he's running. He's gone. I guess he got a home run. Maybe he did, but whatever.
And this is one of the things that you hear a lot in youth development and dealing with teens. It's, teens don't want to do anything. They don't want to go out. They don't want to do anything. But the reality of the fact is, you see, it was about 30, 35 teens yesterday. laughing, enjoying themselves, playing, and having a good time and being friendly. And it's good to see that, you know, you always get so much restrictions saying, nah, teens don't want to do anything. They don't want to be engaged. They don't want to do nothing. But yesterday, and he proves it over and over again, if you go out there and you participate with them, they'll get involved.
And they were outside.
They're outside.
Right? I mean, sometimes it's hard to get kids outside.
It's hot.
So
It was a beautiful day yesterday, though. It's
That's why I don't go outside. Now, hold on, Omar, because Sean asked you a little bit ago about openings. But if someone's listening that's interested, how can they get more information from
Absolutely. You could give us a call. I'll give you two numbers. First, I'll give you our location, our main office, because we do have different locations throughout the county. And that number is 772-460-9918. And then for our location, which is in Fort Pierce, we are located at 3100 Avenue G, and that number is 772-464-6634.
And if there are any parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles that are interested, I know when we've had the Boys and Girls Club on before, you encourage them to stop by and see what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Play a little kickball.
Play a little kickball. Do some science projects. You know how we do science project. Yesterday we have 5 to 6 year olds build bridges. So if you need help, I mean, if you have some handiwork or are an engineer, you're more than welcome to stop by and help them build some bridges with spaghetti.
Oh, nice.
Bridges with spaghetti?
Absolutely. Well,
not cooked spaghetti.
No, uncooked. Yes, uncooked. And again, it goes back to having fun. And science could be a lot of fun. I'm a nerd. I love the Cosmos show. I love things like that. It's so amazing to see all these different things. And when you see our members play with those things and their eyes open up and they're, can I take it home? That's one of the reasons why they keep coming back. Because they're having fun, and with these things, it shows. It really does.
That's awesome. Let me pause real quick for station ID, and then we'll continue this conversation. I'll remind everybody you're listening to or watching Community Connections with Children's Services Council on 1400 AM with all working mics. Or you're watching us on the St. Lucie County School Board channel, WLX, channel 13 in Fort Pierce, channel 19 in Port St. Lucie for all you Comcast cable people. Hometown Cable, channel 19, channel 99 on ATU-verse, and channel 65 on Lightstream Cable in St. James. I've got it down. You cannot add any more TV stations. I finally got it down.
That's it. You can't do any more.
And we're talking to Omar and Tamara. And Tamara, you go to Lincoln Park Academy.
Yes, I do.
What grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
Yes.
So have you begun to think about what happens after you graduate high school?
Well,
Accounting, banking?
Well, you see, I mean, I did start technically with the whole dual enrollment thing.
So you're in college already.
Wow.
So, let's say, I mean, for my major, I was undecided. But I do like counting money, so
Oh.
I'm going
I like
for,
having money. I'm not very good at counting it.
So, at the moment, I'm going for business, not specific, but just business. Maybe I might go into financing or accounting, maybe. But for now, I'm just going into business.
I like it. That's a good goal.
Yeah, we may all be working for you here in a few years.
Yeah. Maybe she'll be counting your money.
Yeah.
I can do that.
One, and we're done.
At our clubhouse, we have a store. And there's days where me and Celicia and others, we work in the store and we count the money. That's my favorite job, counting the money. And yeah, and we just make we do what's the word?
What do you sell in the store?
Oh, food, of course.
Oh.
What's the
We
big
have,
seller?
Lily Dillies, of course. That is the number one thing.
Explain what a Lily Dilly
Okay.
is.
A Lily Dilly is just like, it's Kool-Aid frozen. It's that it. Or lemonade.
Really?
It's
like a popsicle?
yes,
Kinda like a
a
popsicle, but in a
popsicle in a
cup.
cup.
Ah.
I
It's
like
especially
it.
in the summer and spring break.
Yes.
Well, Florida actually.
That is the moneymaker right there.
Oh, I see. See, that's your business degree right there.
So,
Exactly.
More
do you-
lily dillies.
So do you have any input on like placing orders? Like, seriously, do we need more of this because it's selling well?
Yeah, we do all of that, the inventory and everything. When we're running out of this, Mr. Omar, we need some more. So yeah, we see our revenue of the week and everything.
So there's your business degree in the making right there.
yes,
That's
I'm
awesome.
Very
internship
nice.
all the way.
Very nice.
So you started in February,
January.
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 Dealing with the mic in January. All right, and obviously you're still going. So what is it that attracted you to the Boys and Girls Club, and what is it that keeps you going every day?
Friends told me about the Boys and Girls Club, so I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to go. So I got here, and I was like, I just love the interacting, because, I don't do much, and I guess this was just an extra source for me to express myself and meet new people. So I was like, let's go.
What were you doing after school before you went to the Boys and Girls Club? What did you normally do after school?
Go home. Or like I'm in a other program, and I used to go there like only Wednesdays and Thursdays, but this is my other go-to every day. And I really love the Boys and Girls Club. I mean, some teens might say, oh, the Boys and Girls Club is for little kids. Wrong. I mean, I'm a little big kid, but it's still, the Boys and Girls Club is awesome.
Big kids get to have fun too, right?
They need to have fun. They need to.
Now, Omar, in reference to that, because you guys do serve younger kids, what's the age range for kids in your programs?
Actually, the range is from 5-year-olds through 18-year-olds. So that's the range. And I want to let you guys know something about the store. For instance, they do their projections, they do their profit and loss margin, and again, they look at it as something that is fun and whatever. But that's what I'm talking about programming. It doesn't have to be the traditional sitting down in a room and listening to a lecture. They're learning those principles. They're learning those things, and it's intentional. When we do things like that as the Boys and Girls Club, because I know, for instance, the Chokyo unit has a store, the KPU has a store, but the idea behind it is not just to run a store for the sake of it, but it's to teach them these principles so they could understand it and see whether or not this is something that they want to pursue as a career. But we do take members from 5-year-olds all the way to 18, and all our locations are like that. Again, you could call the main office, the 460-9918, and they'll be able to give you information about the locations in your area. So.
And so for the clubhouse locations, and is there 4 clubhouses?
4.
4 clubhouses, 2 in Fort Pierce, 2 in Port St. Lucie. Call 460-9918 to find out more information, or just stop by one of the clubhouses and take a tour. But tell us, for a family, if they want to send their child to the Boys and Girls Club, how much does it cost per week?
It's a tricky question. We actually have school-based locations, and we have 4 clubhouses. For our 4 clubhouses, the membership is $10 for the entire year.
Not a week.
No, not a week. A year.
1 year.
In the summer, it's a little bit of a different fee due to the fact that we take field trips and when we go different places. But once you come in, we'll be able to discuss that. So it's $10 a year. In the school-based sites, it's $35 a week. And now I know for a fact the administrative office, Mike Sancho and Mandy Burnett, are working on figuring out a way to lower that. But those are things that will come down the line. But in our 4 locations, $10 a year takes care of your membership.
At a core clubhouse, which when we think of the Boys and Girls Club, we think of Boys and Girls Club clubhouses. $10 for a year.
$10 for the whole year.
Now, Tamara, I'm gonna pull upon your finance background here. $10 a year. Like how many dollars is that a day?
I mean, with the people coming in, I mean,
It's like 3 cents a day, right?
That's less.
yeah.
It's less than that, right?
That's why I'm asking the finance person.
I mean,
2.5 cents a day. Is it safe to say $10 for a whole year?
It's a good deal.
That's a great deal.
It is a good deal.
How many lily dillies is that?
Oh, you can get a lot of little dishes with that.
For
A lot.
$10?
Yeah.
I think you should stop by and get a little.
Totally.
The pineapples are the best.
Man,
Yes.
I need to investigate these.
Yes.
So for our listeners, if you have children 5 to 18 years old and they come home from school and they're unattended. Maybe you're still at work and they're playing video games. They're on the computer. Or maybe they're doing stuff that you don't know about yet. And hopefully you don't want to know about or find out. They need to be engaged in something positive, a positive after-school program. And for $10, not for a month, not for a week, not a day, $10 for a year, they can participate in one of the 4 clubhouses throughout the entire county at the Boys and Girls Club. And we're hearing already, it's fun things, it's learning things that are in disguise as fun things. But it all around, and as Tamara said, the best part is you get to hang out with your friends, right, and have a good time?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know, too, Omar, I'm going to put you on the spot for a second. You guys have a big event coming up in the chili cook-off.
That is true. That is true.
Do you have any information to share about that?
I don't have any information. However, we do have a website that you could go to.
Fair enough.
And take a look. It's www.bgcofslc.org.
Okay.
Yeah, and that will give you that information. And that's our annual event. It's a lot of fun. I always see you there. And
I like chili. So
I love chili.
It's always packed.
It is. It's always, and it's a lot of fun. Last year we had a mock club. We haven't decided yet what we're going to be doing this year, but it was a lot of fun because we had parents and adults come in playing in our game room.
Yeah, I think we actually sponsored
we
that
were a
last
sponsor
year.
of that.
Yeah. You guys came in playing in our game room, and we were acting like staff and making sure that everyone that came in had a real good time. So it was a lot of fun.
I will tell you, having gone to the event the last few years, you got to get there early.
Yes, you do.
Because they run
Yes,
out of
you do.
wristbands.
And chili.
And chili. Well, right.
The most important part. They
I
ran
played
out of
air
chili.
hockey. That's what I did. They ran out of chili. I needed chili.
Get there early.
So, Boys and Girls Club, $10 a year, 460-9918. Tamara, if we've got grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles listening, and they're like, I don't know if my teenagers are going to want to go hang out at the Boys and Girls Club. I know you've got this background in accounting and finance, but I
How's
can
your
already
sales?
tell
How's
you're
your
very
sales
articulate and you speak very well. So let's switch to sales now. Sell it to the grandmas, the grandfathers, the aunts, the uncles, the moms, the dads.
Okay.
What's your pitch?
So, if you have a teen that sits at home and does nothing, send them to the Boys and Girls Club. Why? Well, the Garden Terrace Boys and Girls Club. The Boys and Girls Club is great. They always keep the teens active. They're always encouraging them, motivating them, and always making them reach above the bar. So send your kids to the Boys and Girls Club, Garden Terrace to be exact. And
Not that you're biased.
I'm not
Or
biased. I mean,
competitive.
all the clubs are great, but Garden Terrace at this moment, they will make you proud. I promise.
That was
That's
good.
pretty good.
I'm convinced.
Yeah, I'm convinced. And I'm also thinking she could do a couple of our spots if one of us can't make it.
Could you record some PSAs for us, like advertisements for the show? I
That
think
would
we
be
could work
awesome.
that out. We're gonna have to take your.
You could borrow her.
Okay,
Yeah, you could borrow.
fair enough.
Now, one thing that I do want to mention about doing things with our teens, it's this Friday, it's spring break. So if this will be actually a good day if you would like to visit our clubhouses. Our Garden Terrace clubhouse, our teens and our younger kids will be visiting first KPU, which is the Camp Pruitt unit of 10673 Leonard Road. And they'll be having a field day for the younger kids. Then all the teens from KPU and our clubhouse will be going to the Chuck Hill unit, which is in 196 Marion Road.
198.
198 Marion, sorry, across the street from Sportsman's Park. They'll be having a field day. They'll be having a basketball competition. And the idea behind it is to bring our teens more together and bring our younger kids more together so that they could actually get to know each other, build friendships, long-distance friendships or short-distance friendships, depending upon how you look at it. So that's something that is happening this Friday. So if you are interested in seeing what the Boys and Girls Club is all about, come to one of those 2 locations, take a look, bring your members. You get to visit KPU, Camp Pruitt unit is in my heart because I started working at Camp Pruitt unit, and they have great members, great staff. Chuck Hill unit is also in my heart because I work there too. So
where haven't you been? No,
How about the Infinity? You worked there?
No, I haven't. but
So you don't have that much affection towards them compared to
no,
the
they do. It's just they don't want me to go anymore, so I'm staying over there. So they don't want me to go anywhere. So, but come and visit. Take a look at our clubhouses. Take a look at what's happening. There will be some kids left behind at Garden Terrace, so you will still get a chance to go over there and take a look at, see what happens at our clubhouse.
What time does all that start?
Yes, it all starts at 12 o'clock at both locations. 12 p.m. And you could take a look and just see really what happens and what are fun and what some of our team members are actually doing. That it's not all negative. It's positive. They're getting involved. They're doing things. They're collaborating and they're sharing ideas together.
And you bring up a good point, and it's the second time you've brought it up today. And we usually mention this on the radio. Is there are a lot of great things happening with our young adults in our community. You don't hear about it in the paper. You don't see it on the news. But every day, Tamara is selling Lily Dillies to another group of kids. But seriously, and the Boys and Girls Club is just one perfect example of young men and women, teens, that are doing positive things for the community. Not only, volunteering and giving back on Elder Day on April 5th, but working with our young kids.
Yes.
But more importantly, just being together and strategizing and getting feedback. Because, when leaders and, funders and everybody gets around the table, what are we going to do to address, these issues? They forget that the teens live it and see it every day. And
That's
you
true.
have a captive group here that can provide so much insight to this community, and we need to listen and we need to hear more of those stories every single day.
And one thing that a lot of people don't know this, but we are capable of doing this and getting our teens together because of this Children's Services Council Teen Outreach Grant. So when you guys look at these different details, understand that as a Boys and Girls Club, and the reason why our teen population at our clubhouse has increased so much is because we're able to do these events, and it's because of Children's Services Council. It's because of these different things. So we want to thank you guys, because I remember a couple of years ago I came with the Male Teen Summit, and that was I think the first event that we did based on that grant. And all these events, the parent meetings, and the getting the members together is all because of this. And I want to thank you because you give us the resources to make these things happen, which is a lot of fun. But it also, you're able to see the results with her. I know Celicia and Josnell are not here today. But
We've only said that a couple times, but yes.
But it's because of people like you guys and Children's Services Council that we're able to do our work and do a good job.
And I would say back to you, Omar, you guys identified that was an area that we really needed to focus on, that we were missing some teens in our community that needed those engaging, positive services, and, brought it to our attention and said, we really need to look at a way to kind of bridge this gap. And we found a way to fix that problem. So, we know from the data that we get that you guys are doing a great job. So thank you for that.
Oh.
All right, so tomorrow we've come to the point in the show. We got a couple more minutes left. We got like 5 minutes left. So your best sales fit now. But do you have any friends or anybody that you want to give give shout outs to the people who didn't make it here that you are representing very well?
Well, yeah, I'm going to have to start off with them. Shout out to Celicia and Josnell. Hey, guys. But I have some friends at other Boys and Girls Clubs. I want to say, hey, hi, Leandria. Hi, Caleb. Hi, Brianna. Hey, everybody. Hey.
Perfect. I have to say again, Tamara, thank you so much for taking time out of your vacation from spring break to come hang out with us. We love having kids on the show, and we don't get to do it often because we're in the middle of the day. But we really appreciate it. So thank you for coming and spending time with us today.
You're welcome.
Maybe
Thank you for having me.
Maybe holiday break or next spring break.
You have to come back.
And you can bring some friends if you can get them up. But you can come by and kind of give us an update. And we want to know about your future, like where you're planning
about your
on
finance
going,
career.
your finance career.
Of course.
Because I think everybody needs to memorize Tamara's face, because at some point she's going to be owning a company that you're either doing business with or asking employment from. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
And thank you, Omar, for doing such a great job.
Anytime. Thank you guys for having us again. Well, thank you guys for having us again.
And do you want to, I know she's, do you want to come and say,
come on, Miss Morgan, just one time.
Morgan, yes.
Here, we'll squeeze you right in the middle. How about that? Miss Morgan's making a brief appearance on camera.
I would like to thank you guys for having us here. You know, we love this one right here. She can sell it. No, but she's a great kid, and we love coming up here because we love what we do. So thanks for having us again.
Thank you.
Thanks for the baseball tickets.
Oh, you're welcome. And again, a reminder to all of our listeners, if you also are interested in baseball tickets, you can leave us a message on our Facebook page or just leave a comment on our Facebook status from this morning. Let us know that you're interested in tickets. We'll make sure we get some to you.
And it's, if you go on Facebook, look up Children's Services Council, St. Lucie County. There are other Children's Services Council, and while we like them all, we're particularly fond of the St. Lucie County one. Or you can text us right now at 772-237-1130. Text us, and we'll get you connected with the baseball tickets as well. You know, you brought up a good point. You love what you do, and that shows. We've had Boys and Girls Club on our show a few times,
Yep.
and everybody that we have brought on, it's very clear that they are passionate about what they do. And, you know, all that research that we do at the office shows that if the kids in programs, whatever the program is, if they can bond to the adult, it's going to be a successful program. And I think we have a perfect example here of why the Boys and Girls Club is a success in our community, and evidenced by Tamara.
Yes.
All right, we have come to the end of another show that's thrown us a couple of obstacles. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And next week, everything will be working because it's not your
No
birthday.
more birthday juju.
No more. And you didn't get sick this show either, so we're
Yeah.
very excited.
Bonus. That was a bonus.
All right, we want to thank you for tuning in to Community Connections with Children's Services Council on 1400 AM and on the St. Lucie County School Board Media Channel. That's it for the show. It's a weekly radio show, so when will we be back?
We will be back next week.
Remember, it's our children, our community, our future. We'll see you next week.